Since I am running out of good and bad plot twists, I am now turning into another subject. Let's see what is behind door number 21. Do you remember when we first saw our beloved revenge characters? Join me on my trip to memory lane.
Since I made a video about the characters' first and last lines, I am now talking about the first introductions the main characters and some of the more important supporting characters get in Revenge. I will not include the flash forward from season 1 cause this makes it just too complicated for some of the characters. And since I will talk about the flashbacks in another video, those will be not included as well. So with no further ado, to my least favorite character and his introduction in the last season, Ben Hunter. He was introduced as Jack's partner in the precinct, and it was from the start annoying how he mocked Jack and told us that Emily's is hot.
I mean, how many of us can actually say that we've been detained for a Class B felony? Amazing. I feel like I died and went to Billy Joel's house.
Champagne?
Porter, I mean, you've got to be the most connected rookie that I've ever known. Who's your in here?
She's over there. Emily Thorne.
Yeah? You two got a little something going on?
No.
She's hot.
If they wanted to, they did a great job in making us hate this guy. Not only because we are rooting for Jack to finally get his girl, and again someone else seems to snatch Emily away from him. And of course because this guy is new and makes fun of all the things Jack had to endure by the end of the previous season. In return, they made fun of Ben right away by pursuing Emily this hard, even though Jack said it was inappropriate, and Emily sending clear signals she is not interested.
Oh, I like to get out and clear my head. Some people like to go to the beach. I go for a walk in the woods.
Yeah. Listen, for what it's worth, I'm the same way. I'm a walk in the woods kind of guy. So should you ever want any company?
Okay.
You're not ever gonna want company, are you?
Probably not.
So his introduction was very much underwhelming. In contrast to Ben Hunter, this introduction was fun and promised more than the later actions of this villain. Him killing the chief of Hampton Police promised us, like David said, an even bigger villain than Conrad. But these footsteps were obviously too big for Malcolm. We will talk about this doomed villain in a later video, so for now he was introduced with a bang.
Chief Alvarez?
Yeah.
Ted Powell.
Hi.
FBI, Bureau Chief, Lower Manhattan. Well, I'm trying to track down one of our lost sheep. Special Agent Kate Taylor. She never made it back.
Bunch of cuts are killing you guys too, huh?
How's that?
Your car. No government tags.
Good catch. It's always the little things that get ya.
What'd you say your name was again? Malcolm Black.
Naturally, most of the characters are introduced in the pilot. Especially when they have a connection to the main character, like Emily's friends. First we get to see Ashley Davenport, who is strangely introduced as Emily's best friend. Maybe this was just for show and Emily used her as ticket to the social life of the Graysons. Yet it was strange that their relationship was more talked about than shown. They had fewer scenes in each episode and Emily's focus shifted fast when she got engaged with Daniel.
Hello, hello. Ashley, hey. Hey. What do you think? Are you kidding? Look at this place. I want your life. You love your life. Yeah, you're right. I just want your money. What's mine is yours. Count me in for one. Are you sure? It's for a good cause, right? Yeah, my career. Thank you. You want to get drunk on cheap margaritas later? With or without you?
Another thing from the pilot I really hated was Nolan's and Jack's introduction, who was just awkward and full of cliches. But while she scene with Sammy was sweet and innocent, this one with Jack, Declan, and Nolan was just weird. I still cannot decide why Nolan goes to Jack in the first place. Do they know each other already? And Nolan is some kind of stalking him? I mean, because he failed to watch over Amanda, he wants to watch over Jack. Did he knew about Amanda's childhood crush? I mean, the name of the boat is obvious as hell. And why did Jack make that remark about Declan as if he was not reliable or had an alcohol problem? Just a weird scene. Even worse that he and Jack did not get along in the pilot. But one episode later are best friends.
Don't think I didn't see you eyeballing that case of beer, Dad.
Oh, Dad owns a bar, dumbass. You can get as much beer as I want.
All right, well, in that case, I'll just have to make sure Dad double-checks the inventory while I'm gone.
Uh-huh. Yeah, why don't you tell me another 100 times, huh?
Ahoy! Captain Porter! Welcome back, Nolan. What can I do for you?
Need a boat for the summer. This one will do. How much you want for Amanda? I'm buying a boat.
Right. Just not this one.
You don't like me much, do you?
One more thing for you to work through, I guess.
Speaking of Declan, his introduction with Charlotte one scene later was not that much better. I mean, I get that he is interested in her cause she is pretty and rich and he probably goes after all pretty girls that come to the bar. But he is just so over the top and full of vim in these first episodes. I really did enjoy his more calm performance in the later episodes and his interactions with Nolan. Maybe Connor Paolo was just nervous in the pilot.
Here it comes.
Ladies.
We'll take 3 rum and diets.
Gonna need to see IDs.
We left our IDs at the beach, but we have plenty of money.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not interested in your money.
Are you interested in my phone number?
In season 3 they made a big fuss about him and talked about his arrival several episodes before it actually took place. Maybe they wanted to drag this out for marketing reasons, or Olivier Martinez was not available on time. Who knows? But his introduction was really annoying, especially because Margot was this much intimidated by him. Okay, he is not only her father but also her boss. But I still do not get it why they made Margot so predisposed for his reactions. Besides Conrad and Victoria, he shows not that much interest in her magazine and business. He seems to be there just to stir up more trouble between Victoria and Conrad. If that was even possible considering the two were divorced and had some kind of truce. And as Emily's target, he was not that much interesting cause he provided no new information. So his introduction was a slow burn. Since his real impact was shown later.
I had no idea your father was coming back with you.
He wasn't supposed to.
Well, his arrival is burning up the gossip line. Everyone wants to know who Pascal Le Marchal will bring with him to the opera tomorrow.
This really came out of nowhere, and though I hate that we do not see him and his reaction in this first scenes, it was intriguing that Charlotte actually found someone of Amanda's past. Yes, it was cheap that he at first just seemed to toy with Emily. But his introduction had me intrigued.
Did you know her well?
Very.
Amanda Clarke I knew was a survivor. I never thought I'd find her here.
How did you know her?
She burned our house down.
Who are you?
I'm a brother.
Emily's mentor was definitely someone who got one of the better introductions, with him helping his former student to overcome her obstacles and warn her not to trust her feelings. I like how manipulative Takeda is in this first episode.
Fear I'm losing control.
As you were warned, revenge is a stony path. How does it feel now that your targets are no longer mere ideas, but flesh and bone? どうしたら敵の息子となることができるんだ? If you let your emotions guide you, you will fail.
失敗はしない.
Another mysterious new character was Aiden. And I must admit his first introduction did not make him my favorite. There were just too many question marks around him, like why he was with Emily and Takeda and why he became one of his Takeda's revenge students. So they made a good job by keeping us interested in this new character and getting to know more about him and his backstory.
Get off me! What the hell are you doing?
I'm saving your life.
Nobody asked you to do that.
Amanda.
Don't call me that.
I'm not the enemy. Please. Trust me.
I already made that mistake once.
He had maybe the most awkward and unintentionally cringe introduction, with Victoria being so intimate with him in no time. They took advantage of the fact that we did not saw the prodigal son in the season 2 finale. So at first, and with Charlotte's and Emily's remarks, we thought Patrick was a new toyboy for Victoria. So this riding scene was disturbing on many levels. Though for itself it was a nice scene, Victoria enjoying her life before it went down again.
I hope you understand that it's not a good idea for you to be staying here while Conrad returns. Here.
Oh, hey, I mean, you don't have to put me up.
And you didn't have to stay with me these past 6 months. I'm so grateful that you did. Yeah.
You know, I would have been happy to have you join me in the city.
I wasn't trying to hide you. I just wanted to keep you all to myself.
Unlike her father, Margot had a great introduction playing the French temptress that might make Daniel unfaithful to Emily after all. I like how they toy without expectations here. Of course we thought after their first flirt that he would go after her. So this introduction with the red dress had the right amount of fun and seriousness.
Margot. Such a nice surprise to see you. How long's it been?
Well, since before you knew how to properly ask for a drink.
It could be because you're not wearing a bra.
Or because boys never grow up.
You didn't catch me looking, did you?
But you still noticed. But let's catch up tomorrow at your girlfriend's memorial day party.
All right, well, I'll see you then.
Yes.
All right. Margot. Emily's not my girlfriend. She's my fiancée.
Oh, my mistake. I can never keep up.
Just when we almost forgot about Sarah, they hit us with this. And I must admit I was really thrilled seeing her back in Daniel's life. Yet how it went down with her having an affair with a married man was not as good as this scene. She started so strong and I was really rooting for her making Daniel pay. Maybe even as partner with Emily. But the writers went for the more soapy and foreseeable option, making her choosing Daniel over women power.
I didn't expect to see you.
Walking? Yeah, the random time you dropped into the rehab facility, I hadn't quite mastered it yet.
Well, you made so much progress.
No help from you.
Listen, I wanted to be there, okay? You weren't interested.
I'm not talking about moral support. I'm talking about being able to pay for the medical treatment I still need.
Everything is covered by the settlement.
Not quite. Your mommy and daddy screwed me in the fine print. So now I gotta work 60 hours a week to afford a crappy HMO.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, you've been busy. You know, maybe you fooled your readers into thinking you've grown up, Danny, but you will always be the clueless frat boy who was all good to drive after 5 drinks. Then you crashed your car, you crushed my spine, and you never looked back.
Speaking of clichés, Louise's introduction in season 4 was another repetition of Cara Clarke and Formanda. Another lovely but disturbed lunatic who was manipulated by Victoria. So as much as I liked Louise and her dress in this first scene, I really did not enjoy the subplot here. Though they were very efficient here introducing Louise's issues and Victoria's way out of the prison Emily built for her. And of course reintroducing Victoria's wicked and manipulative powers.
I'm Louise. Louise Ellis.
Victoria Grayson.
If you're worried that I might cut you in your sleep, I'm not crazy.
Well, that's too bad. Sanity is your enemy here. Well, you'll soon learn that this place is a prison. Poor Poppet. Because they take everything away from you here. All right. Maybe we should let them.
Malcolm's black daughter was far more intriguing but had not such a big introduction like her father. I must admit I loved the twist with her being not only his mole in the FBI but also his daughter. Made much more sense why she immediately set her eyes on Jack. 'Cause like Ben pointed out as a rookie, he was not the first choice to work with her. Her remarks about him being close to David Clarke and married to Amanda should have made us more suspicious. Again, they were better with introducing a character than giving Cara Clarke a great storyline. After all, I would have preferred that Aiden and Emily never found her. At least this scene with her showing off her fighting skills was great. Proved what Gordon said about Emily in the first season.
You're a hell of a fighter. Must have gotten that from your mother.
And for me, this first scene did not establish how disturbed she was. She just defended herself because she saw a threat in Aiden. I mean, after all, she must have assumed that he was sent by the initiative. That was not as far-fetched being on the run for so long. I think because they failed to show us how dangerous this organization was, her reaction appears so over the top.
Detective Lasky. Southampton Police.
In a rental car.
Department cutbacks.
Yes, I need to speak with Detective Lasky, please.
No one here by that name. You might want to try the East Campus, please.
Even though we only see her in flashbacks, I wanted to talk about this storyline because this little revenge plot in the second flashback episode was not that bad after all. And I loved that we saw someone besides Conrad, David, and her other lovers who knew Victoria before she became Queen of the Hamptons. Marion Harper was quite an appearance in her Leo print coat with that Farrah Fawcett remembrance hairstyle. And seeing those flashbacks with young Vicky was a real plus.